in an ocean of us. Me. I'm only me in an ocean of us humans. I'm African and black, the choice of fortune. I'm Cameroonian and proud, another choice of fortune. I'm on a long, long walk on two parallel lanes. The lane of love and the lane of hate and loss. I strive really hard to avoid the hate and loss lane, a vicious lane much unrelated to virtue. So, my work is more on the love lane, indeed the love lane, a lane that perspires happiness for us all humans.
My name is Sami Okeakumbi. I'm a poet and a novelist, and I'm the one behind the Rambles of the Rambler. So actually I am that Rambler.
Well, I'm Zephyrinus Longdum, aka Ras I Mackinzef. I'm a teacher by profession, a pedagogic inspector for the Central region, and a lyrician for being a musician.
Douglas Achingale. I am a passionate writer, write poetry, prose and drama. I was trained as a social worker, and I currently serve as the Deputy General Manager of the Cardinal Paul Émile Léger National Center for the Rehabilitation of Persons with Disabilities in Yaoundé, Cameroon. Now, we just listened to one of the poems in this collection titled Me in an Ocean of Us. In this poem, you preach love as against hate. That's why you talk of, of choosing to do your long worldly walk on the lane of love. The love lane that brings about joy and happiness for all humankind. What's your inspiration? Is it the hatred that is engulfing the world today, and especially, particularly, what's going on in your native Cameroon, whereby armed men are wreaking havoc on the population and on property?
Well, that just expresses it, because it is terrible for human beings who are supposed to be the creation of one God to be killing one another. When we talk about the creation of a gun, what I know is that a gun is supposed to kill animals for human consumption. But if the gun now is transformed into killing one another, so what's the motivation in that killing one another? It's hatred. It is because we don't have that mind, that love for one another, that
hatred which you deplore.
Which I deplore, yes, which I deplore. It's hatred which I deplore. And the fact that there are other things like the natural disasters. Natural disasters are already things which are deplorable for human existence. But human beings should face these natural disasters. They are already too much for the human being. And the only thing that can make them feel okay is to have love for one another. And if they have love for one another, they can easily face the problems of crisis, natural disasters, and what of this illness, COVID. If we had love for one another, we would talk about COVID in one voice. But some people say it is this person's creation, another one says it is this, and so it brings all types of problems, even in trying to look for a solution.
That leads me to the next question. how is the love that you preach in me in an ocean of us manifested? It's true, you've already said, some of the things that show how love is. I mean, the manifestation of love. Maybe you expound more on that.
Yes. First of all, the fact that we all, like I use the image ocean. Humanity, human beings are different, and they are all in one ocean. And that's why I call it an ocean of us, humans. And if we consider ourselves as people who are swimming in the same ocean, I think it would be a very good thing. The way we can manifest it is to be one another's keeper.
Now, the issue of identity is crucial in this poem. The poet persona talks of being African, being black, and being Cameroonian. Doesn't this obscure the universality of the poem? Others who are not of this identity may feel alienated from this metaphoric ocean, which is the world.
Well, that is the point. We are different. We have different colors. In fact, we have different races. But we are humans, all the same. We are human beings. And if there is a cut, what comes out? If there's a cut on our skin, what comes out is blood. And for each of us, that blood is red. And if we consider that the blood is red, there is no blue blood in anybody and so on, but it's red. Therefore, we consider ourselves as human beings. The concept of race, people being different in the different ways. God who created us placed us in different regions of the world. And these different regions have their different adaptations. And I suppose the greatest thing to consider is the fact that we are humans. Human beings, as they call us.
Yes, human beings as they call us. And like you rightly said, God created us with many races, placed us in different regions. From the first lines of this poem, me in an ocean of us, I see you like over-affirming your blackness, your Africanity, or your Africanness. Doesn't that have a kind of racist undertone?
Well, I have to, because sometimes a group of people is forgotten. And if you don't say who you are, the rest of the people won't even understand, won't even consider, give the value that you deserve. So, like I said, I'm Cameroonian, I'm proud of it. Many people in the world don't know Cameroon. Yes, and if I have an opportunity to write a poem and I point out my own identity, that I am Cameroonian, somebody will go to the map and check, say that this country, Cameroon. So that is the point. I think each race, each group within the human race should affirm itself, but show love to one another.
Yeah, like Douglas earlier questions. You see that the issue of identity is very much highlighted here. Did you ever feel threatened as your identity being usurped or absorbed by
well, I am a human.
An African.
I live in a world where I am African, and this is part of the world that was colonized. We had been colonized and subjected to all kinds of indignitaries. And just like a black man like me, James Brown, had to shout it out, say it loud, I'm black, I'm proud of being black. It is simply because he doesn't want to sink, you know, under the weight of other races.
Sammy, I, find this poem, Me in an Ocean of Us, very interesting, very pedagogic. I think I should end up by saying that I encourage you in this year, walk on the love lane, because human beings are gregarious beings. Human beings are bound to live together, and there's really supposed to be no place for it in our world, in the world, in this ocean of us, which, as you put it, you have my encouragement, and I look forward to reading more of such interesting poems written by you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, and well, that is it. As a rambling rambler, I will continue to do that, given that inspiration will always be there.